Life is like a massive stage where each of us is just playing our part, and every moment is a scene that shifts with the spotlight. But what about the real self? Our real self, that's the main character, the one that doesn't stick to the script. Picture it as the never-ending horizon that stretches beyond the daily grind, like the wide open sky that never runs out of room. This self isn't boxed in by our day-to-day dramas or limited by our personal stories. No, it's a sprawling, limitless web that links up with all forms of life, like the cosmic glue that sticks every single heartbeat, breath, and particle into one big universal jam session. Now, deep down in all this is the mind-blowing truth that the old me versus the world vibe is just smoke and mirrors. It's like a thick fog sitting in a valley that vanishes when the sun comes up. We get tricked into feeling cut off, like we are just islands floating alone. But when we get hip to the idea that our true self isn't some solo act, but a piece of the big, interconnected puzzle, those walls start to crumble. It's not about losing what makes you. Well, it's about seeing that your uniqueness is just one note in the grand jam session of life, blending into the bigger beat of the collective. Think about the ocean for a second. Each wave does its own thing, rises, crashes, and slides back into the sea. But no wave is ever really separate from the ocean, right? It's all part of the same big rolling mass of water. We are like those waves, each with our own vibe and flow. But in the end, we are all mixed into the ocean of universal consciousness. Even when we feel solo, we are still plugged into this massive sea of energy, all synced up. When we finally vibe with this truth, something clicks and our hearts start opening up like never before. Compassion is not just some soft feeling, it's that aha moment when you realize everyone else's highs and lows are just different versions of your own. It's like a wave can't diss another wave without messing with itself. We can't really blow off someone else's struggles or joys without putting a dent in our own world. With this in mind, every little act of kindness becomes a nod to the universe saying, yeah, we are all in this together. Holding the door open, smiling at strangers, lending an ear. It's like cosmic high fives all around. Acknowledging that we are all riding the same wave. And this kind of compassion isn't playing by any rules. It's not about getting something back. It's just the natural flow of recognizing that we are all cut from the same cloth. This kind of love doesn't care about the surface stuff. Race, religion, caste, whatever. When you see yourself in others, all those lines blur. You don't just feel love for the people who look or think like you. It's bigger than that. It splits. It spills over to everyone, even ones who seem light years away from you, your own world. It's like the walls that once mattered start to melt, and all you are left with is this big, undeniable connection. This awareness, it's like a compass pointing us to live with a little more heart and intention. Every chart Every run-in with a stranger gets a touch of that respect because you are seeing beyond the surface. We are all threads in the same fabric, and each interaction is a chance to weave something real. It's not about making grand gestures, but showing up with kindness in the everyday moments, identifying that your actions ripple out in ways you can't even imagine. So, when you get down to it, realizing our true self as something bigger and interconnected flips the old script on how we see the life. The idea that we are all solo players, that's just noise. We are in this massive symphony, each playing our tune, but it's the harmony that really makes it beautiful. This kind of perspective doesn't just make you softer or kinder, it aligns you with the rhythm of the universe itself. It's like finally catching the beat of a song you have been listening to all along but never really heard. And once you're in sync, everything just flows. You feel that deep, unbreakable sense of belonging, not just to the people around you, but to the whole cosmos. When you start living from that place, life gets richer, more fulfilling, and way more real. You're not just floating, you're riding the wave, fully plugged into the cosmic flow, vibing with the universe in all its messy, magnificent glory. And that is the kind of life that goes beyond just getting by. It's about truly living connected to every heartbeat in the grand rhythm of existence.